Oh, and that's with the tack down.
Luke.
It could have been so much more. Hey guys, how's it going? It is Kire here with another Infinite Magicraid video. And in today's video, we got a fun one here. So it's about Paper Ulacaster. And what I mean by that is intentionally making him weaker. He dies in the beginning of the wave, and then we get to give the passive to someone else. Okay, so this passive is incredibly long, but what you need to know is that when Ulacaster dies, he gives the person with the highest attack the Night King's will. Then when that person, the person with the highest attack, kills someone, they get a Soul of Glory. And what Soul of Glory does is increases, for every kill, you can stack this up to 4 times. You get 40% damage and 40% effect hit. So it is targetable because it's randomly going to go to the person with the highest attack. So you know exactly who's going to get it when Ulacaster dies. Then if they kill people, they're going to be stacking up Soul of Glories. So we're looking at 160% extra damage and then also 160% effect hit. So an insane amount there when it comes to giving this to a particular person. Then it's kind of funny because this actually potentially could be better when he's exclusive 0 versus exclusive 1. Because what happens at exclusive 1 is he's going to revive himself and then pass it back and forth with the person. But in this situation, what we're trying to do here is just abuse the passive on our strongest character. Whether that be Melia, Hizonia, Nidrold, a direct damage dealer like Lucifer, for example. And you just become this absolute monster and do a ton of damage. So I think this is going to be something that is mainly going to be used for dungeons. I can see this in Tower of Mark or Faction Abyss potentially if there's any good characters in this faction with Ulacaster. But here, this is all credit to Akhtar here. And he does a lot of in-game content when it comes to this game, trying stuff out. So if you haven't already subscribed to him, if you're watching an Infinite Magicraid video, he is one of the people in the content creator program. Be sure to check out this video. Be sure to subscribe to him if you want to check out more content like this. But I think this is really cool and pretty fun. Also, you don't have to invest anything into him. You don't have to invest any books, any food, anything like that. And look at what he can make his Lucifer become with this. And yes, he has very advanced characters. He has an E5 Lucifer, but I think this concept is going to apply regardless of how strong your Lucifer is, whether it be gear or exclusives. This is going to be insane. And it's going to be, up to be determined if it's actually a legitimate strat. But I think that it's really fun that there's even a possibility of doing something like this. So here, let's check this out.
And Catherine.
I watch everything at 2x speed. Here, let me go slower.
So I just want to kill enemies. So I'm just going to...
He's going to die. Yeah, let's actually get the death. Okay, so dead. And then see right here, that is the passive. And he has 1 stack, it looks like.
I can get some buffs on my heroes.
And then look at this damage here. Let's actually... Yeah, so the damage is already kind of pretty high.
And it's okay.
And then now he's like fully stacked, and then it goes through waves. That's a really important part to this.
Is full skilled up, so now my Lucifer should have 160% more damage.
Yeah, look at that. 160% more damage.
And you're gonna see that
so 160% more damage, and he's really strong. 265% crit damage. And I want to say 43k attack.
This is pretty huge.
So here, I'm gonna skip to the boss.
So I'm gonna keep... Okay, waves are done. Now a boss wave.
Okay, so check this out. This is gonna be insane.
I am buffing my heroes. I'm gonna use this.
And also Ben Austin would be so sick for this.
My Ben Austin. So
yeah, I think this part. I think he just one shots her here.
The defense of Luna. It worked.
Yeah,
look at this
that's one. And look at the top. It's stage 28, and he's just one shotting Luna
with my Lucifer. He has the
okay, and then he's gonna easily one shot Gru.
Look at the damage I'm gonna do on Gru.
Let's see if I can pause it. Oh. 3, is that 3? Yeah, 3.138 million damage. That's insane. I haven't seen anything close to that.
I one-shot.
And then the other effect did 4 million. 4.8. Look at that.
On my Lucifer, he has the attack down, but still.
Oh, and that's with the attack down.
Look at
he has the attack down 1.
I'm gonna do on Gru.
It could have been so much more. It could have been... Wow. Okay. Yeah, and then like massive chunk, you can see it up there.
Almost 5 million damage on the boss. This is so crazy.
Yeah, like that's actually wild. That's so wild. Can you imagine doing that? And then on Tower of Mark, I can see that being like a legitimate strategy where you take that in. For example, trying to go into stage 28 when you have to deal with the bosses with the shield. You can make someone actually strong enough to just start one-shotting the shield. It would take a lot to happen, but for example, if we go in here, like on Red Mark for this one, like imagine giving Besmok that. Like he would be able to probably do enough damage to be able to pop the shield. If you already have your Lucifer, if you're in that rare situation, because I think it's like only big spenders are going to be in the situation where they have not only exclusive but like multiple exclusives on their mythic heroes. So it's like not many people are going to be in that situation, but it is definitely something to look forward to, especially because the second you get them, you can use them. You don't have to gear them up. You don't have to use any books. Well, you do have to use books, but you don't have to use any food or experience potions to be able to take advantage of this. And I can see something like Tower of Mark being something that it's a legitimately viable strategy. Doing that, and maybe some dungeons, especially if you're just trying to push. Maybe you got some quests you got to do. Maybe you got some, something like in this situation, probably not actual campaign quests, but like achievements or whatever. I can see just manualing it out and trying to push as far as you can. It being actually something that will work. And then I want to check the faction abyss. I want to see if there's any good characters. Oh yeah, we got Hazaro here in this faction that would. I absolutely love that. You got Thanatos as well. That would totally take advantage. Even May. I think this is like an underrated character here because it's actual good damage, especially when you're applying debuffs. And then you have the attack down 2 on an AoE, which is very good as well. So you kind of hedge your bets there. And then this is going to be giving her a ton of effect hit. So it's going to definitely land 100% of the time. So that could be pretty funny too when you're trying to push through this phase. And then eventually I think what you do is you just once you get more mythic shards, you can easily, just push him up within. But you're in no priority to actually level him immediately, which I think is very cool, especially in this game with how difficult it is to get food. So that's pretty much it when it comes to this highlight. I'm curious what you guys think about this. I think this is actually a pretty fun discovery. Shout out to Akhtar for the discovery. Be sure, again, to check out his channel. I think this is really cool, and you guys have a good one. Peace. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for making it to the end of this video. If you guys like this video, I have another one kind of similar that's pretty fun. It's about a breakdown of Barry, easily the most fun hero in the game at the moment. You can check that out right here.